Alright guys, listen up. If you've been struggling with high ping or annoying input delay while gaming, I've got something amazing for you. I recently found this incredible tool called GearUp Booster, and trust me, it's a game changer. It's super simple to use, and the best part, you can try it completely free for a few days. All you have to do is add your game, click once, and boom, your connection is optimized and you're ready to dominate. No complicated setup, no wasted time. If you want smoother gameplay and lower ping right now, check out the link in the description and get started today. Don't let lag hold you back. MrSavage is finally getting his very own icon skin in Fortnite, and honestly, I couldn't be happier about it. For those of us who've been following his career for years, this feels like such a full circle moment. I actually made my very first video covering MrSavage's settings over 6 years ago, back when nobody really knew who he was, except as the mysterious purple skull trooper who was absolutely destroying lobbies. And let me tell you, MrSavage didn't just blow up because he was winning games. It was the way he played that caught everyone's attention. His mechanics were years ahead of the average player. The way he built, edited, and moved around the map was insane for the time. But what really shocked the Fortnite community back then were his settings. People just couldn't understand how he was able to be so good with such a ridiculously high sensitivity compared to other pros. Most pros back in those days played on much lower sensitivities because it gave them more control. But MrSavage was basically proving everyone wrong. He was outbuilding and out-aiming people using a much faster setup, and it made a lot of players question if they should raise their own sens too. And on top of that, he had some keybinds that were pretty unusual at the time. Fast forward to now, and a lot has changed, not just for MrSavage as a player, but for Fortnite as a game. The meta has shifted dozens of times, new mechanics have been added, and technology has gotten way better. Naturally, MrSavage has updated his setup, refined his settings, and optimized everything for peak performance. So today we're going to go over exactly what he's using in 2025, from his mouse and keyboard, to his monitor, to his in-game settings, and even his Windows optimizations, so you can try them yourself. Let's start with what you probably noticed from FNCS Global's 2025. His mouse setup. MrSavage is rocking the Fishwave mousepad from Araloo, a really clean, high-quality pad that's become quite popular among pros. It's smooth, consistent, and gives just the right balance of speed and control, which is critical when you're making those insane triple edits. For the mouse itself, he's using the Logitech G Pro X Superlight 2, which is pretty much the gold standard for competitive Fortnite right now. It weighs just 60 grams, has improved switches for more durability, and better battery life compared to the original Superlight. The shape is ambidextrous and very safe, meaning it's comfortable for just about every grip style, which is part of why it's so popular in the competitive scene. DPI, polling rate, and sensitivity. Now let's talk about sensitivity, because this is where MrSavage really made a name for himself back in the day. Currently, he plays at 800 DPI, with 9% X and Y sensitivity, and 49% for both targeting and scoped, and for polling rate, which is how often the mouse reports data to the PC, he keeps it at 1000 Hz, even though the mouse supports higher rates. This is something I see a lot of pro players do. You might think higher polling rate is always better, but it can actually cause stability issues or unnecessary CPU usage if your system isn't perfectly tuned. 1000 Hz is the safe sweet spot. If you want to copy his sensitivity, remember this: higher sens allows faster edits and flicks, but it also requires a lot of muscle memory training. MrSavage is proof that high sens can work at the top level, but only if you practice consistently. Quick reminder: if you're tired of lag or constant ping spikes, don't forget to try out GearUp Booster. Seriously, this tool is insanely easy to set up. Just add your game, click once, and it optimizes your connection instantly. I've been using it myself, and the difference is night and day. You get smoother gameplay, lower input delay, and a more consistent connection. And the best part? You can try it free for a few days, so there's no reason not to give it a shot. The link is right there in the description. Check it out and level up your Fortnite experience. Custom crosshair. You've probably seen that MrSavage uses a custom crosshair on stream. This is done with Crosshair X, which is a paid application you can get from the Epic Games Store. It lets him create a completely custom reticle that overlays on the game. This can be super helpful for lining up shots or editing windows with precision. But if you don't want to spend money, there are free alternatives available on the Epic Games Store that give you similar customization options. Just keep in mind that some tournaments have specific rules about software overlays, so always double check if you're competing. Keyboard and keybinds. For his keyboard, MrSavage is using the SteelSeries Apex Pro Mini, which is one of the most popular compact keyboards in esports right now. It's known for its adjustable actuation, which lets you set how far you have to press a key before it activates, as low as was 0.1 millimeter. That means lightning fast building and editing inputs. Here are his keybinds in 2025. Wall, F floor, G stairs, T roof, left shift, crouch, left control, jump, space sprint, caps lock, harvesting tool, 1 weapons, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, edit, R use, E rotate building, mouse button 5 or Y monitor and video settings. At home, he uses the Asus PG248QP, which is a 540 Hz TN panel monitor. That refresh rate is insanely high. And yes, you can actually feel the difference at the top level. The motion clarity is incredible, and when every millisecond matters in a fight, this kind of gear gives pros a real edge. Inside Fortnite, he plays on full screen at 1920 by 1080 resolution with unlimited FPS. His brightness is set to 115, slightly above default, to make enemies easier to see, and he plays with no colorblind mode. He also uses performance mode on DirectX 11, which is interesting because DX12 is newer, but many pros report better stability and FPS on DX 11. Game settings. One of the most important settings he uses is auto-confirm edits, which instantly confirms your edit without needing to press your edit key twice. This saves time and helps prevent misedits, which is huge when you're tunneling under pressure. He also uses custom diagonals for movement. His forward diagonal is set to 64, strafe to 90, and backward diagonal to 122, giving him more precise and responsive movement compared to default values. NVIDIA and Windows settings. While MrSavage hasn't publicly shared custom NVIDIA settings, it's very common for pros to optimize things like low latency mode, threaded optimization, and maximum pre-rendered frames in the NVIDIA control panel to minimize input delay. And of course, Windows optimizations are key. MrSavage plays on Windows 11, and while he says his PC isn't heavily tweaked, you can bet he's done at least some of the essentials. Setting Windows to best performance mode, disabling Xbox Game Bar and unnecessary background services, switching to a high-performance power plan, disabling background apps from running when they don't need to, turning off transparency and animation effects for a smoother feel. It's honestly crazy to see how far MrSavage has come, from being the mysterious purple skull trooper with a high sens and weird keybinds, to becoming one of the most well-known names in competitive Fortnite, and now getting his very own icon skin. If you want to play like him, you can copy his settings, but remember, settings aren't magic. It's the hours of practice, VOD review, and grinding that make a player like MrSavage as consistent as he is. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe, and check out my other videos on screen right now where I cover settings and optimizations for other pro players so you can find what works best for you.